episode 577.
Sexiest podcast on the network. 577
Sure.
episodes running. Yeah,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I can't remember. Did we say that on the first episode?
I don't think we did. I think that came along later,
implied.
but I don't remember where. Yeah. You knocking back a high life over there? Yeah. I'm enjoying a signature lemonade from the Simply Spiked case.
Delightful.
Because I was thinking, it wasn't hot today, but it was warm. And I was like, it'd be nice, a nice lemonade. And then
that's fair.
So I decided to go with a spiked one because
we're podcasting, we're having a time.
Yeah.
Or something.
Pretty tasty. I really, pardon me, I'm not going to lie. Part of me kind of wishes I would have packed backups, but that's all right.
Because I bought a new lunchbox for it because you can see the handles. Seen better days.
I don't see a problem. Looks fine.
This has become my podcast cooler now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got one. I don't know if you remember that one I have that's like a zip-up one that's insulated and all that. I just, I'm terrible.
Come prepared.
Yeah. I've got other things to drink. I just don't have any more.
I see.
If you will.
I see. I got you.
So, yeah, but that's all right. You know what I realized? I've been transferring stuff from my laptop over to a hard drive and to this other computer because I'm gonna give my mom the laptop to use, and and most of it's like moving just the old episodes of the podcast that I haven't taken off the hard drive, and all the little nuggets of stuff from the enthusiast and all that kind of stuff from just a bunch of just detritus that's just there, But going through, it's amazing. Like when you start opening folders and you're like, what the hell is this? And you just start going through and just purging so much garbage off and just don't even realize you collect all
I have
it.
that same feeling anytime I open up my photos on my phone.
Yeah, I found a folder on my phone that was like a shared one, and I'm looking and I'm like, dude, these are from so long ago. And so many of them are from things I've just random ass pictures, or it looks like stuff when I look it up on eBay and I scan the barcode. Like it looks like the photo, like the phone actually takes a photo. I thought it just used the image right then and basically deleted it, but it looks like there were a bunch on my phone that might be from just random shit that I over the time. So I don't know, but man, and I haven't even gotten through that folder yet. There's so much to go through in there. That's
of just single beers I have in my camera roll.
Oh, that's what a lot of mine on there so far have been is pictures of like stuff I'm looking up to maybe sell or beer. Because of all the check-ins with tabs.
I almost wish, because I know certain apps will make its own folder. I kind of wish Untap made its own so you could just purge it all at once.
Yeah, that would be really nice. It also would be better if I just, once a week or something would just go through and purge those kind of pictures. But I sure.
How many things do you have in your camera?
Oh, I have no idea. Now, it's not going to be as bad on this because the other stuff are from, I think,
if
older
you just
phones.
open it up and you look at the recents and it gives you a number underneath, what's your number?
Does it?
Where's it? Click on
I don't see that.
Photos, little fucking Pride Flower logo, and then
I did that.
Say my albums, and then it says recents, and then there's a number. At least it should be. That's how my phone is.
Mine looks different. Okay, there it is. Recents. I have 1,302 pictures. And that's just that. Now, I do have other folders that have, like Twitter's got 200 pictures in it, and some of the others have got, 10 to 20.
Just a wager on how many I have in my recents.
I'm going to guess you probably got twice as many as me.
I have 8,763.
Wow. Now, in fairness, how many, like my phone, I basically always get like the smallest or next to smallest.
This was the smallest one they offered, memory, because I used to get the huge large memory, but that's when I put my entire music catalog on my phone. I don't do that anymore.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because now I'm like, I got Spotify. Why would I, why would I do that? Plus, I lost all my CDs in the flood. I still have my, I don't know where it is. I got my hard drive with all my music on around there somewhere, but.
Yeah, I still have all my CDs over in my storage.
But I mean, I have so many pictures of beer. I've got so many pictures from just work because I'll take a picture of something if I don't have time to write it down, so then I could take care of it later. I know you can do it by location. I should definitely just click on my work location, just delete all those.
Yeah, right. That's funny. It's just amazing though. Like I said, just going through, just purging stuff off of there, and how just looking, go, man, when did I put this on there? What is this from? And just finding just random documents or random this and that, and it's like, what the hell did I need this for? Like, so that's the most fun ones for me, is like finding some stuff and having no clue what it's for.
Because I do the same shit. This is why when we were kids, we could never effectively clean our room. Because you start working on a corner and you're like, oh shit, it's fucking Storm Shadow's sword or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I gotta put them back together.
Oh man, I remember this comic book. You flip through it real quick,
Sure. Yeah. Hour later, you're like, oh shit, I'm
gonna get my ass beat.
Yeah. That's what last night I was just pulling all sorts of stuff off of there, because when my Mac died, I had a lot of stuff on an external, but that external was formatted for Mac. I don't know if you remember. I was able to access it through my laptop, and I just pulled a bunch of shit off of it. So all that stuff was on this computer. So this time, instead of just randomly, I'm just going to move it all, I went through a lot of it and got rid of a lot of stuff, even in the podcast stuff. Some of the stuff where I'm like, I'll never need that again. I'll never need that. I just gone. So, and it's, the one thing that I'm trying to decide is if I want to move my music over, because I have on my laptop, I think is where all my music is. I thought I had it on another external, but I checked the one other external that is PC formatted, and I don't see it on there. So the only thing I can think of is that it was on the one that I use for my Mac. And that hard drive, I think, has a weird backup copy or something on there. I don't even think it's really accessible. And I don't have a Mac anyway, so it's useless.
You're sitting there talking about moving your music, and I'm like, it hit me the external hard drive I have my music on is an old school one, a mechanical one. And I was like, oh shit, should I get a solid state drive? But then I'm like, do I really care? Am I ever going to...
Right.
Because like I said earlier, I have streaming or I've got records now again. So I'm like, do I really...
Yeah.
Do I even need that hard drive?
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking about it last night. And I'm like, well, you know what? It's like, I'm going to do a bunch of other shit and I'm going to really give it a think. And it's like, maybe I'll back it up on a hard drive, but I don't know if I'm going to put it on the new computer. Cause like you, it's like right now I've got Spotify. I don't know when it expires, but also there's also the thing that, there is another option for me, which is, I could switch to Apple Music and then it would back up my library. As long as you have Apple Music, it backs up your library.
You
but
have a
I'm
third
like
option.
you. I'm like,
put up some shelves and pull out all your CDs and put them up, and then just have a CD player, like fucking old school.
Nice.
Because I kind of wish I still had all my CDs.
Yeah, I for sure have all of mine. I never got rid of them. Yeah, I've got so many, I got hundreds of them over in my.
I mean, once I started buying the records, I was like, oh God, I had that feeling like I wish I had all those CDs.
Yeah, it is really funny because it's like I've thought so many times. I'm like, I don't even know where the hell I'd get rid of them at this point because they're really.
It's like I don't know. I've never priced it. You might be able to sell them. I have no idea. Or like I said,
there might be some that I have
some cool shelves, and you put them up there, and you just look at them, and be like, look at that. Look at all that money I spent when I was young and dumb.
Right? That's always the best when you have a large collection of anything, is at any point if you really stop and go, man, I spent X dollars on average on each one of these, and you just go,
oh
what man,
an idiot.
So much money. Well, especially now when it's like, for, was it $10 a month or whatever, you can have access to pretty much
like
everything. There's a few things you can't. Right. Unless you're like listening to, like I found out with, like De La Soul and stuff, where they sampled the shit out of stuff. And it's like, there's some of their tracks you cannot get on streaming because they have, like the one I told you, the guy said there's like 50 or 51 samples in it. They're never going to clear all those unless there becomes some agreement in the music industry that it's like, hey, let's just let this happen.
Yeah. It's still we all win form, from so let's just roll with it.
But I don't look for that to happen. If it was up to the artists, I think it would more so. But because there's executives and
there's
potential money,
so forget
it. So there is that as well, that it does kind of stink. So I can honestly still see having a little music, but that's the beauty of like your situation. Like you go, cool, I'm just gonna, if those things are on De La Soul albums, you could just pick up those albums and just listen to those albums, because there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it's been kind of fun to, purge this son of a bitch. Honestly,
I just pulled up our YouTube chat because I was curious. I didn't pull it up, and Cheeto joined us, and he says he just deleted a bunch of beer pics to free up some space. And did we find the lost episode? Did you find it, Brian? When you're
Oh, no, seriously, the lost episode was corrupted when my hard drive, I had it open when my hard drive shit. And when it did, it corrupted the file there. And I tried, Audacity does have the ability to recover files, but whatever it was with that, it completely just torched it, basically. So my hard drive was like, fuck you, I'm out of here. And it just set everything on fire on its way out the door.
Sometimes you'll have a lost episode.
So unfortunately, the lost episode is absolutely lost. I pulled it off the hard drive, what was there. I tried opening it on Audacity on this computer. It wouldn't work. I sent it to Heno to see if Heno could open it on, to see if it was maybe, a Mac kind of thing, or maybe there was something he could do. There was just, the file was just totally corrupted. The backup on there was non-existent. So no, unfortunately, I forgot. So what I learned, and if you're a young podcaster out there, one of the better pieces of advice I can give you is if you have multiple hosts record the podcast.
You say host or hose? Oh, okay.
Hose, yeah, for sure, a hose. You got to have multiple hosts on a podcast.
Area codes.
Yeah. So, because then had we done that, you would have had a nice clean copy. In theory. That we could have, well, even if it wasn't
all the way back then, my technology I was dealing with was pretty sketchy.
That's true. That's true. Well, we at least would have had a chance.
I mean, you ever seen a two-stroke laptop? Man, I had some real shit laptops in my day. I think this is the first time I've had a computer that I was like, I like this, Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I wish it was portable.
I mean, I've been fortunate enough to have.
I mean, yeah.
If you have you could hook that thing up to some small screen.
I thought about that before when we were like talking about recording movies and shit. I was like, oh, I could take the Mac downstairs and hook it up to the TV. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It is portable in that aspect.
I mean? Like a screen and.
Yeah. It's way more portable than what I'm using. Because this steel cased behemoth next to me here, that thing weighs like 50 pounds, and I'm not exaggerating. It weighs like 40
wrap my head around how expensive like MacBooks are. They're stupid.
I know.
Yeah, like I mean, geez, I'd have to give up a kidney or something.
It's probably a bad idea with the drinking.
I need a liver more than anything else. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I'm saying. I can't believe how expensive they are. They were advertising one in I knew it's like Costco Connection or whatever the fuck the little deals thing you get sent every month is. And it was still like almost $2,000, and that was a deal.
Yeah.
It's like, gee.
Yeah. Now you understand why I never had one.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. because my thing was always, if I'm going to lay out $2,000 on a Mac, I'm going to go full bore and just go with the iMac, and
right.
You know,
Right.
Which what I did a couple of times.
Fuck.
I didn't go full bore, but I just was like, I'm gonna just spend. It was actually cheaper both times to buy an iMac than it would have been to buy a really good MacBook. And I was like, this is just silly. I'd for sure rather have the have the desktop. The laptop's nice and all, but it's
it is what it is.
Whatever. So, yeah, but hopefully after I get all this shit off there, hopefully it'll run a lot quicker. It should, because pulling big stuff like the podcasts and all that pornography off of there. Just
I mean, Brian, it's all stored on OnlyFans. You'll be okay. Your page is still there. I
just can't risk that. I can't risk that. Yeah. But I have a lot of like older art stuff, like pictures that I was going to draw and stuff like that on there too. And that's another one where I'm like, I should just delete this. If I want to find inspiration, just go find new stuff. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I did that too. And so, yeah. And, like looking through the hard drive, it's like, there's programs on here. There was one, I forgot what it was. There was some program I downloaded. It's some conversion thing to, change something from like one file format to another or something like that. And it was like I probably downloaded it for one thing and probably never used it since. And, yeah, it's like just shit like that. And it's like, so, getting rid of a bunch of that garbage, I'm sure will improve things. What sucks is because of the way these laptops are, they don't come with like discs for Windows, and they don't come with like, oh, here's a code. So at any time, if you need a backup, you can just go download it again. Or if it did, I don't know what the hell happened to it, because I don't have anything like
shit-ass laptop that I managed to get working again. I just basically factory reset it, and it kept everything. It kept the operating system, but everything else was gone.
Okay, because I was thinking about doing that, because it's like there's really, there may be a few programs I'd want to keep on there, but I can always reinstall them if I do, But it's like it wouldn't hurt it to have a fresh
start.
Yeah. So I don't know. I might do that. I haven't decided on that yet, but I'll probably just take everything off and see how it runs. If it's still kind of laggy at times, then I might do the other, because I want it to run
lighting it on fire.
Well as it's not at that point. It's not a brick. It's still a decent laptop. But with all the shit I have in there, it's been running slower and slower, because I don't know how many gigs of podcasts.
Yeah, those Audacity files take up a shit ton of room.
Well, that's the worst part, right? Is you've got the MP3 from when we're done, then there's the Audacity file, and there's the like little folders with just random shit from Audacity. So what I've been doing is just keeping the MP3 and deleting the rest.
Yeah, once it's published, it's like
whatever. That's kind of where I'm at. We rarely ever need an old episode again, so
it's there if you want it. And saltylanguage.com. Look, I got it pulled up here. Check it out. It's right there, guys. saltylanguage.com. Get on it. All right,
sure.
There you go.
Yeah, right where Tony's looking at.
Yeah.
Or something. So yeah, finally went to therapy today, which didn't realize it's been April since I was there last.
It's a long time.
Yeah,
that's been
a hot minute.
That's how long ago that was.
Yep. It was a while. It was a while. Yeah. So that was a nice way to kind of get things going today, and then went to store after store after store, and got home, ate real quick, went with my brother to two more stores.
That sounds horrifying.
So
I went to one store, and I've come to realize that my grocery store that's closest to me, it's the Kroger over there, American Mile. Going local for y'all, I apologize. That place just puts me in a bad mood.
Oh, I hate that. I don't like the.
Like I walk, I'm walking up and I'm looking, all the cart corrals are empty. I'm like, okay. And then I walk inside and there is 0 carts still. I'm like,
yep.
And just immediately, I was in a bad mood. Like I got home and I was pissed off.
We pulled in.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We pulled into the lot today and there's a guy in front of us. I see him walk up into the store while I was talking, you know, getting you know, like, is there anything else you want or whatever type stuff. And the guy, I see him like 2 seconds later come walking out, and I'm like, oh, there's no carts inside. And sure enough, he walked over. Somebody was leaving, and they pushed a cart to him. So, you know, I was like, okay.
Yeah, pay for your cart, bitch.
It's like, so first move. It's like, first move, go get a cart, you know. Get inside, and I'm like, man, I got to throw a piss, you know. So I push the cart way off to the side. So it's like behind, like they have these metal like things in there now, so that if you go out the wrong way, it sets it off now, even if you don't have any merchandise. Really? So they must have had some real issues with theft because of inflation and whatnot. So I set the cart over there, go in and piss, come back, my fucking cart's gone.
It was probably me.
I'm like,
I for sure, if I would have saw an empty cart, I'd been like, yoink.
Yeah. And, you know, I didn't think the move would have been to put some random vegetables or something.
Put like a baby, just grab a random baby and put it in it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, I was seriously in there just long enough to piss and wash my hands, and I'm back out. I'm like, Jesus. You're right. Yeah. That's probably what it was. So, you know, I was like, son of a bitch. And I go out through the wrong way, and the thing goes off, and there's a security guard there. And I'm like, I was just in here. I was like, I have nothing.
Trying to get a motherfucking cart.
And he was like,
on the ground.
So, yeah. But luckily, right as I was about to walk back outside, a young lady was pushing some carts inside, so I kicked her to the ground and stole one. You also
yelled, on the ground.
Even though I didn't. Yeah. I had stolen the guy's taser, actually. Yeah. Yeah, right. They don't carry tasers. I don't even think they're allowed to carry breast spray. Yeah. But, you know, so, yeah, that kind of made me laugh. I'll tell you what, though, when I went in to go to the bathroom, as I'm turning toward the men's bathroom, no, not this time. I didn't have time. So to the left is the women's bathroom. And, dude, I swear, I saw this woman go in there with these two demon children, and I think they were opening a portal to hell because they were screaming in there. The only thing I could think of would be maybe the best case scenario is they weren't getting their way, or their mom was busting some ass in there.
Right.
You know, like laying in,
like,
because
they
were
beat
screaming
you in public,
blood.
But I can beat you in the bathroom.
Yeah, and I didn't hear anything like that, but they were screaming, not in a like, hey, I should probably get a police officer kind of way, but you know, but it was still like, you could tell those kids were, something wasn't right. And I was like, Jesus. Now, I will say this, when I came out, their cart was sitting there with groceries in it. I mean, I could have just taken their cart,
for you,
just
dude.
tipped it over. Right? No, I didn't want any of the stuff they had. Just tip it over, just dump all their shit out right on the floor and take it. They come out and just their shit all over the floor.
The kids are crying, and the one's limping.
Right? Well, they never have baskets inside either. You know, the little ones you carry? They never have any inside the door anymore. Well, what the hell's going on?
It's anarchy, Brian.
I know. It's like, gee, that's why I said, it's like a lot of times if we park anywhere near a cart corral, I just grab a cart.
That way I don't have to normally my move, but today, like I said, I did the look around, and I was like, you don't see the cart corrals are pretty empty. I'm like, okay. And then walk in, it's like tumbleweeds and like confused people like me just staring like there's nothing here.
Yeah, they've got them all around the back of the store just to fuck with you.
Burn the whole place down.
Yeah, that's understandable.
That's all I was saying. I'm walking through the store. I'm just thinking, why don't I have a nice grocery store by my house? Why do I got to deal with this place?
It could be worse. It could be a Walmart.
True.
I mean, you get the people watching with Walmart.
I just get annoyed at the. All right, I got to stop talking about it. I'm getting all riled up.
I understand. I will say, like the trips I had were actually pretty stress free today. So, yeah, when I got done, I went up to the front, and at this Kroger over here, they took out a few of the U-scans and put like the full lane U-scans in. To like, if you have a cart full of shit, you can use a U-scan now. So I zipped up to one of those, beepity boopity beep, and right out the door. You know, a woman walks over, she's like, "Do you need?" I'm like, "I got this."
Taser.
Stand back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand down.
Get on the ground.
Get out of the ground. It's funny because she's like maybe 4'10", so she probably would have just screamed and went to the ground.
That's fair.
You know? Yeah. And I can guarantee I could probably kick her in the head. I probably could axe kick her. You know, it's not often I can say that about anybody, unless by axe kick, I mean kick him in the waist.
Right.
You know? Just right in center mass.
Well, sometimes you gotta go center mass and make sure you hit.
Like, yeah. That's right. Well, that's why I'm terrible at first person shooters, because that's where I shoot is center mass, and I get a lot of hits. Yeah. Remember, I used to lead all our teams in assists.
That's true.
I drop a guy down to almost nothing. Somebody would just, basically, throw a feather at him and they die and they get the kill. Yeah, and I get the assist, doesn't it? So, what are you gonna do?
You do. Yeah. It's like that's America right there. You do the work, someone else takes credit. 100%.
That's why it was so good. That's why it was so good when we could play with shotguns, because shotguns in center mass is a whole different ball game. Like drop people. Sure. Yeah. For some reason, you would think rifle would also drop somebody shooting center mass, but I guess not. Oh boy,
I think our internet's going wonky. Your image just vanished off my screen.
Yeah, it just glitched pretty bad here. It's pretty sweet.
Our internet was glitching all over the place yesterday because we had the storms. But they were done so quick, I was like, we probably could have recorded today.
Dude, seriously, it was so funny because they were like, these real severe storms are blowing in. They're moving pretty quick, but there could be like 60-mile-an-hour winds and all this. And I'll tell you, dude, it went from being like a nice looking day out to like, apocalypse. Oh shit, it's doomsday.
Yeah.
In like 2 seconds. Yeah. And then the wind blew so hard. I mean, it blew our neighbor's grill over. It blew one of the chairs that we have on our patio. It moved it like halfway across the patio, knocked a bunch of branches and all that kind of shit down. And, and then it felt like 2 seconds later it was over. So, I get it, ladies.
Nice.
Mother Nature was like, I'm gonna wreck them guts, girl. I'm gonna wreck them guts. Yeah.
Exactly.
She's like, are you in yet? Yeah.
We were just making out.
Yeah. Why is your leg all sticky?
Yeah, that was something yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh,
it rained quite a bit afterwards, but it wasn't. Once they have we had like 3 or 4 gusts of wind that were crazy strong, and then that was like it. It just rained after that.
Yeah,
it was pretty much the end of it.
Flickering power and flickering internet, and I was like, And like I said, that was just over. And I kind of looked outside, and I was just looking at the time, and I'm like, I didn't have the air on upstairs. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you had texted me, I would have been like, all right, let's do it.
Then I was like, it's going to be nuclear holocaust upstairs. It's going to be so hot. Well, I didn't want anything to do with that. I already dealt with that all day at work. Fully soiled yesterday and today because it just stays hot in my work. Yeah.
Nice.
It's good times.
Yeah, yeah. Well, good thing you have some separate tech.
They did do some help today, but there's only so much they can do, Brian.
They were called.
That's what
things are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lagging up pretty bad there for a second.
It's a problem when your separate techs, have to get peeled off you like a fruit by the foot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what they're for, right?
I don't know. It's pretty gross.
Man, it's just nothing sexier at the end of a nice day of work than get home and just peel them off here.
Worst, man.
I mean, it's great when you can come home, disrobe, and wax at the same time.
That's a good point.
Like, why? I don't have any hair on my legs anymore.
I couldn't imagine
or
the
anywhere
days where I, used to not be able to just stand in front of a fan and watch people work. At least that's my gimmick now. Although I was actually running around like an idiot all day today, but whatever. I don't even want to talk about that. 3-day weekend coming up, Labor Day, y'all.
All right.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Well, besides running all over creation today, how was your week since we last podcasted?
Oh, not too bad. It's been fairly quiet. Just not really doing a whole bunch. So, yeah, it's been just been pretty quiet. I've just been trying to work on getting stuff, not just the old laptop, but on this computer too. Just even in the short time I've had it, it's kind of made me have a different appreciation. Like, okay, I need to go
clean house
immediately, like right now before this gets, like, and I'm sure it won't last. Like in a year from now, I'll be like, why do I have all this shit on this computer?
And that's what you do. That's what I do too.
Yeah. Well, it's like I have multiple externals. I really need to get better about using them. So, because usually what I do for the podcast is I put them into folders, and then once I have like X amount of episodes, I slide them over to a hard drive. That way I don't have the hard drive connected all the time or whatever, and I just need to get better about doing that. Because I had, God, I don't know how many episodes on that computer. Probably 50 episodes, 100, no, yeah, 50, I don't know. It's been a while though. Probably a good year or two's worth of podcasts, and that's Salty Language, and Crazy Life. So, and it's like, yeah, this is a laptop. This is not meant to hold a ton of stuff on it because it's a terabyte hard drive, but still, once you have operating systems and
eats up
other
space.
apps and and it just lags it down too. So, but anyway, yeah, I was trying to think if I played anything. I haven't. It's funny. I mentioned, I don't remember if I talked about this on the show. Like GameStop having 4 games that are marked $9.99 or less for $20. Yeah. Right.
It's a good deal though.
And while I was over there before, they had, every time I go in, they have 2 games, maybe 3 that I'm interested in. They never have 4. And they rarely have 3. It's usually 2. And one of them was Skyrim. And I went over there today, and the only Skyrim they have left now is the VR one, which won't work at all for me. So
I know you're buddies with those guys. You'd be like, hey, if you get into Skyrim, it's kind of just.
I did, yeah. But it was like, man, it's like, because, it's like Skyrim on its own. I think they had it marked for like $10, the one I was looking at. I was like, I should have just bought the game instead of waiting. It's like, who cares? It's still a great price for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, or just bought 4 games and just been like, whatever.
But to be fair, to play the devil's advocate here, don't you have a pile of games that you just haven't touched though?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I certainly don't need any more games. I was just thinking, I saw, I was trying to think of what the other game was. There was another game they had that I was like, ooh, and I can't remember what it is now. And, so I was like, well, if I'm going to, these are each $10, there's $20, and I could get 2 other games, in addition.
That's true.
But the problem is most of the games they have, I've either played, got to download for, games. I just don't. I think I have a soccer game.
Do you remember we used to play the shit out of
games?
FIFA,
I think it's a soccer one. Oh yeah, I know, it's hilarious, isn't it? We played a lot of that when we were kids. I haven't touched a version of it since I've been an adult. I think. I don't know, but we used to love play. You know why? It was because we could do bicycle kicks in it.
I don't know.
I think that was really it. That and the slide tackles were fun to try to hurt guys.
We used to play. I remember that when they came out with an EA Sports rugby game. We didn't know shit about rugby. We're like, we're renting this.
Playing that, and not just renting it once.
Well, we rented it figured it out. It was fun to play.
We were probably the only people
here comes
renting
these idiots again.
Yeah, get the rugby game out. These assholes are back.
From the rugby boys.
Yeah.
They love that shit. They don't understand it. What's a scrum? We don't know.
Not a.
I got to throw the ball backwards. That's weird. All right, let's play it.
Yeah. We just pretty much played it like it was football. We just, in the scrum thing, we were really no clue, but we knew how to button mash.
But it's like I kind of learned some of the rules of rugby, and if I do catch it on TV, I will watch it. Yes, to this day.
It's kind of funny how there were games.
Right, that's why I'm stoked about Lawnmower Simulator. I see that's available to me. I can't wait.
You know what I need to do is, while they have these games on sale, I should go to one of the other GameStops and just have a look see, or
check. Cheat on your boys though.
Never thought. Yeah, they understand. I do what I can over there. Whenever I'm pre-ordering something, it's always through that store.
GameStop, huh? All right, fair enough.
I do, yeah. It's all right, yeah. I'll tell you one thing they've got over there that
Hero Quest.
It's so. Oh yes, but so they have there's a replica of Snake Eyes' sword, and it's like $65 because it's on clearance. It was like 100, I think. And every part of me wants one. I have no need for it. I'm not gonna do shit with it.
I totally understand.
But part of me feels like I need it. Yeah. You know? Yeah. It's like, man, if this, this keeps dropping.
I mean, I was eyeballing $100 growlers today. So, here's why it makes sense though. Because it's those ones that have the taps on them.
And okay. I was gonna say you got a really nice growler.
It's actually full beer on my fridge right now. How convenient. We'll get to that. But a buddy of mine at work, it's from Growler Works. He found one on clearance on their website because it says like Atlanta football on it. It was clearanced out for like $60. Okay. They bought it. And I asked him today, I'm like, how's that thing work? He's like, oh, it's amazing. He's like, I haven't put beer in it yet. He's like, I keep putting margaritas in it and taking it with me to the golf course.
That's really fun. So I mean, it's understandable.
Tap, right? But sure. What I'm thinking is, because I was thinking at work today, I was like, oh, I got that delicious beer in my fridge in the growler. I should get into that for the podcast. And I'm like, you crack that open, you basically have to drink it. So it's Labor Day weekend. Sure. I'll be like going through that. Yeah.
That's the move.
But
yeah, that's for sure the move.
Those growlers that are pressurized to CO2, they keep it fresh for weeks. So I'm kind of like, wow, this actually might be a good investment for me.
I can actually understand that because there's like Holloway and stuff. There's times have some really good deals on
and it's like,
growler fills.
I don't always want to sit down and drink a half a gallon of beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, but a pint every now and then. Yeah, of course. So I was looking at him today.
That's the advantage. That's the advantage of the kegerator is that you could have a beer you enjoy and
I'm
not.
Still waiting to get my stuff from our buddy Steve. He's like falling off the face of the earth. I haven't talked to him in months.
He's just setting up a really nice
kegerator built right now.
Yep. Hey Tony, check out my new kegerator. You son of a bitch.
It happens.
It happens.
But yeah. So I totally understand wanting something you don't really need. You know?
Yeah. Well, at least with yours though, there is some functionality to it. I mean,
to boil it down, I don't need $100 growler.
Right. But I probably am not going to fight any ninjas
that's
either.
True.
You never know.
Right, that's a good point.
I'll be one of those assholes where someone breaks into my house and I'm like, oh, I have a sword, and they just shoot me. Ninja. Meanwhile, they weren't going to bother, hurting me at all. But I pulled the sword out, so they were like, "Oh shit!"
Now I have to shoot
escalated.
Him. He's got a sword.
Yeah, now I have to shoot him exactly. Like, oh shit, a sword! Oh shit, is that Snake Eyes?
Goodbye, last high life.
As soon as I say the surprise motherfucker, they know it's not.
I totally forgot. I already drank it. But this beer was supposed to be for Dev's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Diamond Dev. Right. Yeah, I don't have any banquets, so my apologies.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah. Sorry. I could have. I was looking at them at Food Town again today. But then I remembered also, one of the things I hate about, even buying up at the liquor cabinet and stuff, it's one of the things I hate about buying up here is I got to freaking pay deposit. And that alters the price quite a bit.
Depending on how much shit you're buying. You
especially
buy a 30 rack?
Yeah. Yeah. It adds up. So, yeah. Right. Bullshit's what it is. But,
Cheeto also
whatever.
says happy birthday, Dev.
He better.
Oh, man. Well, we had a nice little couple days in the middle of the week last week. Bro. Yeah. I know I've said it to you before. Like, I like my house. I hate my neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't remember what day it was. Doesn't really matter. But I got up a little early and I had a cup of coffee and I was like ahead of schedule. So I was just sitting on my dining room table, drinking coffee, flipping through my phone. And I hear all this ruckus. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I had my headphones on. That's right. Oh no, I got up so early. I
Yeah.
was playing PlayStation. That's how early I woke up.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
it
All
was
right.
one of those weird things where I just woke up stupid early for no reason. But I have my headphones
Yeah,
on and I'm like what the fuck is that noise? And I take it off. And it's 5:30 in the morning. And my neighbors are out there yelling at each other. Fuck you, get the fuck out of here. I'll fuck you later. And there's like banging and clanging and like
nice.
screaming, and like Michelle like comes stumbling out of the bedroom. She's like, "Is someone yelling?" She was like half awake. Like, yeah, the neighbors are. It was a nightmare, right?
You're like, get on the floor. No.
But so I get, I got a couple updates from her. She's like, yeah, the yelling's kind of been off and on throughout the day. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You go to later that night, it's at it again. And like I was sitting out back at the dogs, and I hear them come home. I don't know who it is, but I hear some dude, and they're like the kid that lives over there, and they're having a good time and playing. I'm like, okay, well maybe things have settled down, right? Go in the living room. We're getting ready to like start wrapping it up for the night, and then I just hear. I think Michelle's in the shower getting ready for bed, and I just hear like through because their driveway's right by my fucking living room. Yeah. I just hear, if you put her in your car, I'm calling the fucking police. If you put her in your car, I'm calling. And this is the woman screaming, right? And then I like kind of peek through the curtains like a neighbor ghoul. And there's a scuffle going on between two women. The kid is in the middle of it.
So they were talking about like putting the kid in the car.
Like, I don't know who the other woman. I have no what's going on out there, but the kid's screaming bloody murder.
Yeah, sure, because there's screaming and yelling going on.
I watched them fall. I was just like, what the fuck is happening? And weird, the cops showed up. What? It was
you know what could have diffused that whole thing is if you had a storm or a
you're right. If I would have like ninja leaped out of the window. Yeah. Just like Jesus. And it's been wow. And I want to say it was in the middle of because I couldn't. I had a hard time falling asleep. Woke up and I was like so like hot and sweaty and shit. I was like, I'm gonna go sleep on the couch.
I'm spaghetti.
And then it was like I started hearing slamming. I'm like, what the fuck is? And I look out the window and she's out there like the woman's back, and she must have fucked up her door when like everything went sideways. She's out there slamming her door trying to get it to close. It's just like Jesus Christ.
Like get a bungee cord for Christ's
she finally got it closed and then she left. It's been calm ever since. Oh, yeah. I guess when the cops show up, you'll have that. Well, but it's like, good Lord, anyway, just figure it out. Or break up,
right?
Yeah.
Right? Seriously.
So I'm like, I can't wait to get out of the city again. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but
20,
I want my
20,
neighbors to be
years.
fucking like deer and raccoons, Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not these idiots. So I got the guy next to me that he's basically become a hermit unless his son's coming over, and then like he cleans up his yard and you see him. But other than that, it turns into a jungle. You just never see the guy. The neighborhood's become weird.
It's so weird because that's really weird because I remember when you moved in there, he was always outside. Like him and that other dude were like always outside.
The other dude's either in jail or dead. Like haven't seen him in a long time.
The way they were speaking,
and the way they hearing some of the conversations I heard, I guarantee you the dude probably wasn't COVID vaccinated. So I wouldn't be shocked if he got the old COVID and But so I ever since that guy vanished, the dude next to me, he's been like a recluse. It's just weird. The neighborhood got weird.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that was fun.
The other side.
I do have that. Speaking of neighbor, I do have a nice good old fashioned rat update for anyone's curious.
Oh, rats. Yeah.
I went out behind the garage cleaning up dog shit, and one of the dogs got it.
Oh boy. I bet I was waiting
I was like, because I come around the edge of the garage, I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I come close, I was like, oh, it's that rat. And it was like fresh, because still pretty bright red blood, and I'm like, I don't know which
Oh,
dog it
wow.
was because we let them out separately, but yeah, one of them fucked it up, caught it slipping.
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
Yep.
good.
Wow. Right.
I scooped it up with the rest of the dog
Yeah.
shit, threw it in the trash can.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say neighbor's yard. Yeah.
Yoink.
Like this is for making
Oh
all that
yes,
ruckus.
seriously. So, and you know what's weird is she's like pleasant most of the time. Like we had zucchini bread
Yeah.
show up on our porch. I guarantee it was from her because it was
Right.
female handwriting, you know. And like she was trimming her trees and a bunch of branches fell on her, and she left us a note under like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to just get in her yard." And I'm like, "Well, I just took care of them, yeah, whatever." But it's like, yeah, that whole chemistry they have together though is volatile.
It's it's unfortunately how it is with some people, right? It's like you just get some people that they're so toxic with each other. The worst part is when you see you're that toxic, it's like seriously, just end it, man.
It's like
it's just not worth
fucking up
staying
your
with somebody
kid.
when it's that toxic. Yeah, that too. That's the worst part of the whole thing. The adults can figure it out. Like you're, it's like you're fucking up the kids.
Whatever. But we did go to the old German American Fest. That was cool.
Yeah. I saw some of Michelle's pics of various
I didn't even know she was taking
things.
pictures. Did she?
Yeah, like there were a couple pictures of food, and there was something else. I don't remember. There was something else she took a picture of that maybe it was somebody dancing or.
That was probably when we were at the Glockenspiel. It's basically a human cuckoo clock. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
but my sister never been.
I've only been to it like once or twice, and it was I don't know 150 years ago or so.
If you want to go next year, just let me know. We usually go every year now. We try to get there early and we don't stay late because it turns into a shit show.
I thought about hitting you up and seeing if you were. I figured you were going, but I was looking at the weather and I was like, I don't know about me and heat and trying to eat sausages. That seems like
it was actually. I mean, we got there like an hour after they opened. It was pretty busy, but I mean, we had a good time. I forgot how expensive it is though. It's like right off the rip. It's $20 for Michelle and I to get in, and then it's like hit the beer tent up, and I mean the beers were $5, which isn't bad. But they're 12-ounce pours. And it's,
of course.
Like, and then the food, we both got sandwiches, and it was like $20-some, and then they only take tickets, so you got to like keep refilling it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this is a good time, but man, fuck this at the same time.
Right. Yeah. It's well, think about it. It's like if you're there long enough, it'd be enough $50 to $100.
You can buy a
like
3-day
no problem.
pass.
You said 20. Jesus.
And if you buy a 3-day pass, it doesn't come with tickets. It's not like Beer Fest.
Wow.
I know, right?
Not even a few tickets, huh?
No.
Dang.
No, it's just entry fee, and then you're on your own, bud.
You'd think they'd get you a few tickets, like Festival. When you got X amount of.
Yeah, you got a couple drink tickets. Like it was like 3 drink and 3 food tickets or something like that.
Yeah, and then if you got the VIP, I think it was 5 or something like that. It's like that makes sense, but man, nothing. Dang.
I know, right? Sad, but it is still fun. I mean, celebrate my heritage. Although I don't wear lederhosen, I did bust out the kilt though. That was fun.
Yeah.
And Brian, guess what I bought?
Snake Eye sword.
I wish, but I could store it in my brand new fanny pack.
Okay, Snake Eye sword. No,
it's perfect for festivals, like I knew it would be. Remember me saying that years ago for Beer Fest? Like, it just needs I need a fanny pack for this.
Yeah.
It's 100% the truth.
Yeah, so you rock the fanny pack with the kilt?
Yeah, well, it's a black kilt, black fanny pack. It almost looked like the stupid, like, furry purse that Scottish guys wear.
Okay. Wow, I'm sure you didn't offend anybody with that. Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. Should have got a black furry fanny pack.
I mean, I thought about it, but we're about ready to travel, and we're flying down to see my parents. I'm like, that's perfect fanny pack material right there too. Put all your shit in it instead of in your pockets,
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
Mm-hmm. Well, and, you can put all sorts of things in there.
All sorts of things. Things and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
just have to be careful.
Snake Eye sword.
For flying, you just have to be careful that It's all within the limits of the whatever, like 4 ounces or whatever the hell it is, and can't have anything crazy in there.
Yeah, I can't bring my knife.
Probably shouldn't put a 6er in there.
Yeah. You're like, bro, that's my cooler.
Yeah.
I thought this was like NASCAR, bro.
Yeah. Now that's the move, right? Is like a fanny pack that's also insulated and big enough to fit a 6.
I mean, I guarantee somebody makes something like that.
Somebody had to have, yeah. I don't know how much you want to wear a 6 on your hip.
I got to start just crushing them so they lighten the load.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Just saying.
Yep.
Oof, shit! I just punched my microphone.
And gotta go find refills after a little while,
I got a good one for you too here. We finished off our weekend by going to Catawba, which is a lovely little island off of Lake Erie.
Right.
And because they have a great beach there. There's this park, public beach. The beach is beautiful, and it was hot as fuck on Sunday.
Right.
So we're like, let's go to the beach. Get there. It was busy, but it wasn't terribly busy. We got a good spot. At least I thought it was a good spot. As soon as we put our shit down, the people down or upwind from us immediately started just lighting up cigarettes. And it's like,
nice. Perfect.
Like, fuck. And then like I like this dude, he's an older guy covered in these like really shitty tattoos, big old beer belly. But he's got like the chicken legs at the same time. So that weird form. And
yeah.
he hikes up his swim trunks and he kind of turns his back to us, and I see his waistband, and it's like kind of like a S curve going up his back, and all I see is like where his tramp stamp area is. I see white, and I'm like, does this motherfucker have a white supremacist tattoo, like a white power, or? So immediately now I'm like, okay, now I'm focused.
Laser focused. You got
so him and his his fucking horde of people went out into the water. We went out into the water. Had a good time. Come back up, a little hungry. We brought some snackies in the cooler, so we're sitting in. Dude, fuck beach blankets. The move is chairs. We brought camping chairs.
Yeah.
It's the move.
Right.
That is the move.
Yeah.
But so we're in the camping chairs, and here they come. Sure enough, white pride tramp stamp.
Wow.
I was like,
first of all,
holy shit.
All right. If you're gonna get a white pride stamp, tattoo, why would you get a tramp stamp?
So I was,
I
don't know.
How often are you showing off white pride to the boys? Why wouldn't you put that on your chest or across your belly like Thug Life or something?
It was insane to me, and it was all his tattoos were shitty.
Sure.
And then as they left, fortunately not too long after they came out of the water, because the cigarette smoke by itself. I'm like I'm just trying to enjoy my life here. What are you doing?
Yeah. Right.
But like he threw on a T-shirt, which I immediately recognized. It's a biker bar from over on the east side.
Yeah, that's not
and
surprising.
I'm like, oh, weird East Side Toledo guy. That explains all his white trash idiots that he's here with,
Yeah.
But yeah, the old white pride tattoo, Brian, alive and well, in plain sight, in a nice, mixed company beach.
Yeah.
I don't. And I already know, because if anyone would be like, dude, what's up with that fucking tattoo? You'd be like, well, I'm proud to be a white guy. It's like, but you can't.
Yeah. Like, dude, the connotation from that, even if you're proud of being white and not racist,
right? I'm proud of my Germanic heritage. I'm not gonna start goose stepping up and down the beach.
Liar. I've seen you.
It's just insane to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the old read the room.
Yeah.
But people like that usually are the type that want you to say something.
Oh yeah.
That's why they get that shit. A lot of times they want you to say. That's why he takes his shirt off at the beach.
And he was just like, I'm not showering this week. I just took a bath. He's smoking his super long Marlboros. They look like Virginia Slims. Yeah, fuck that guy.
The Misty 100 ultralights.
I know, right? Yeah. He was pretty annoying. So, we leave the beach, which was cool. And I'm like, there's a brewery I want to go out here. I want to visit.
Yeah.
Like dude, I just killed the fly. Yes. I looked down. He was like sitting right next to me. The fool.
Your trap finally worked.
Basically.
You're ignoring him worked.
Piece of shit. Now he's on my floor somewhere. I got to vacuum up later this week.
Yeah,
So yeah, there's, out on Catawba is where that Twin Oaks Brewing is, which is beautiful, and the food's amazing, and the beer's good, and the clientele are rich.
Less white supremacy.
Huh?
Yeah. I said, and there's generally less white
supremacy.
Way
less.
But then I thought about it, maybe.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It's more low key there.
Right.
But yeah, that's the one thing I hate about Twin Oaks is the clientele, because they're all rich assholes, which you'll have on Catawba. It's a very fancy island.
Yeah. True.
But so every time we've been out there, though, we've driven by this. It's Catawba Brewing, and it basically looks like it was built in an old garage or an old, shit industrial building. Mm. And I'm like, God, I gotta stop there. It looks like my vibe, right?
Right.
So, Catawba Island Brewing. Sorry, I got the koozie right here.
Oh.
So we were getting our snacks and stuff before we went out there. I'm like, well, let me call them to see if they have like a food truck today, because their website said nothing about food.
Right.
So I ring, ringy dingy, and this lady answers. She's like, hello, Catawba Island Brewing. And I'm like, hey, do you guys have any like food trucks or anything today? She's like, no, but you can bring in any food you want from the outside. We have no problem with it. I'm like, oh, all right, that's cool. She goes, I just want to let you know, we serve really good fucking beer. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, that's hilarious. You just sold me on this one.
I'll be the judge of that.
So we stop in, and there was only like one couple sitting at the bar and us in there. And I knew immediately the bartender was the kook I talked to. She had her like face paint on, like her face, like right. She went to like a carnival or something.
Oh, you meant I thought you were meaning like
no,
makeup,
like legit, like flowers and stuff on the side of her face.
Like she's part of Legion of Doom.
Yeah,
I get you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
and
like, are you hawk or animal?
And she was definitely a character. It's like once those people left, and I found out she's one of the owners. Her and her husband own it.
Okay.
And she's just like, well, you guys are the only people at the bar now, so you got to entertain me. And then we just started just bullshitting. Yeah, right. We learned a lot about her, and she learned a lot about us. So it got deep. But
all right.
But for sure,
you didn't make her cry, did you?
No, I didn't make none. It wasn't like Polish lady on the cruise, for sure.
That was an old callback. Old. Yeah.
But here's my favorite thing: is I got a flight. Michelle got a pint of cider. Mm-hmm. Our total was $13.
Okay.
Right, and then I'm like,
did
well,
she take care of you a little bit.
No,
or?
that's legit pricing,
okay.
and I was like, well, you know what? I'm like, I brought a growler because I knew I was going to a brewery. I'm like, I want to fill up my growler because they have this Mexican. Oh God, it's burped and it slapped my mic.
Perfect.
They have this lager that's called Living La Vida Catawba or something like that. I don't know, whatever. But it was good. And I'm like, I'm either going to get this or that. And she's like, well, that IPA we always have. This we only make if we can get key lime. So I suggest you get that. I'm like, all right. So it filled up my growler, and then I'm like, I need you to do me a favor. I need a sticker for my beer fridge, and I need a koozie. Yes. And she's like, okay. So flight, pint, sticker, growler fill, 2 koozies, because she gave us 2. $25.
Okay. Yeah, that seems all right.
Yeah, very reasonable considering where it is.
Exactly. I was just going to say, especially considering where it is.
Yeah.
I expect, like, if you just told me that and said, guess how much, I'd probably say like 40, 50 bucks. Because I'd assume the koozies are probably be like $5 a piece. And, I mean, the growler fill would be like 15.
Well, she told me, she's like, well, it's Sunday. Growler fills are $2 off. And she's like, I like you guys. The koozies are on me. I'm like, oh, all right.
You turn around, she's got them on her titties. You're like, wait, I don't think we're getting the right vibes here.
I'll still take them, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and the beer, the samples I had was good. I really liked it. And it's definitely like the dive bar brewery vibe. I digged it. Yeah.
That's so weird. I guess it's an interesting idea though, because like you said, most of the stuff there is not
very
that
high
vibe.
End usually. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little surprising, but also very cool because you know how it is. Like, there's, like we're people of leisure, but we're not people of high status. So when we go places, we're looking for the dive bar crowd. We're not looking for, a fine winery
Well,
or
I told her
something.
that. I was like, I'm like, I like Twin Oaks. We went there twice last year, but I'm like, I like your place a lot better. And she's like, yeah, you go to Twin Oaks for like Instagram posts. You come here for, a good beer and some relaxation.
Oh, yeah. That's understandable. Yeah, it feels like Twin Oaks is the tourist place.
And
they're
like
the
I
off
said,
the beaten path.
like on Twin Oaks, I like they have their own farm. It's a seasonal menu. It's stuff I love, but it is way more expensive, and the clientele suck. So yeah, I was pretty sold on the place.
All you people who go to Twin Oaks, Tony can be reached at the
hit me up, you fucking losers. Cleveland Corvette Club, I'm talking to you. I remember you guys there in all your matching polos, you turds.
Dude, don't be calling the thunder down from the Cleveland Corvette Club. At Triple C, they're trouble.
It's time, Brian, for some delicious liquid death. Mango chainsaw.
Man, I wish I had a mango chainsaw. That'd be pretty cool.
We went to the East Side Kroger because that's the we drive by it going out to Catawba. So East Side where White Pride guy hails from, and they had cases of liquid death at a very good price.
$250.
So when I stopped by Kroger today after work, I'm like, oh, I wonder if they've got liquid death on sale here. Nope, not even have it on the shelf. I don't even understand.
That's interesting. I haven't looked for it over at the Kroger I go to. I mean, I know Target has it for sure, but I haven't checked Kroger.
Yeah, it was on sale, and I mean, went on sale to like Whole Foods. It was like $14. This is $13 for a case. I'm like, I mean, and it was the flavored stuff. I've never seen that in a case before.
Yeah, the ones that I saw were the sparkling or the non-sparkling.
Yeah, they had this.
There's
then was it berry or thirst or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, the mango's delicious. No.
Mango chainsaw.
But yeah, big fan of Catawba Brewing. That was very nice.
Well, did you? Oh, you took your own growler. Never mind. I was going to say, did you get a growler from there?
I think I'm done buying growlers unless it's $100 one with CO2.
All right. So what you're telling me is for your birthday and Christmas every year, I need to get you a growler.
Like I think my new thing I'm getting from breweries is either going to be like koozies or maybe a pint glass.
And stickers.
Oh yeah. I do. Anytime we go anywhere now, that's a brewery. I ask for a sticker if they have it, because beer fridge.
Yeah. Like I think that's the move, right? Koozies and stickers. Speaking of, we still got to hit up the street and get koozies from.
They're not canned koozies. They're cup koozies.
Oh, what?
Yeah, okay. Because if you sit on the patio, they pour your beer in a plastic cup.
Oh, okay. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah, actually, this I thought was insane at the German American Fest. They were selling koozies for pitchers.
Okay, that's a little excessive because listen.
Because I saw a guy walk around. He had a plastic cup and a pitcher, and his pitcher had a koozie on it that said German American Fest on it. And I was like, that's pretty funny, actually.
Koozies for growlers makes sense.
I have one actually.
Yeah, especially if unless they're the stainless steel, then you really don't need one. But for the regular growlers, I can see that. But I don't know, for a pitcher, I mean, usually we get a pitcher, man. You pour some into all the boys' pints,
there
and
were some
pitcher's
people
gone,
just walking around with just a pitcher, like you used to do at Maumee Bay. You'd get your own pitcher of Buckeye.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought about that. That's true. I used to order my own pitcher and just drink out of the pitcher.
I didn't do the math on what was a better, value, because I knew I was only I was driving, so I'm like, I'm only gonna have probably 2 beers and I'm gonna be good. I even left my boot at home.
Pitcher?
I didn't bring bring my boot.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Took me a minute to realize you were meaning like a glass.
I don't know where the hell it is. It should be behind me somewhere.
I don't know.
It's all the way over there. But yeah, but Das Boot. Yeah, it's like right. I bought it the first year I went, and I took it last year, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't bring my boot because I'm driving. I'm the drive.
You would have been fine. he says sarcastically. Right? Yeah. No, of course I don't encourage that
especially
at all.
If those got nothing better to do than pull over drunks Oregon cops.
Oh, well, I mean, and you know for sure they're looking for it.
Oh yeah.
That's for sure. That's one of the things I never understand. Like, I'm not advocating any drinking and driving, but if you're gonna do it, don't fucking do it at like a festival when they're right outside
especially
waiting for people.
that festival because they have shuttle buses running everywhere in the city.
Yeah, there's really no excuse for it. Yeah, but even when we do beer fest and stuff, it's like there's cops sitting right. I mean, we see them when we leave; they're sitting
just
right
waiting.
there, just waiting. It's like, it's like, come on. Any giant gathering like that, you're really dumb if you try to.
I mean, people are pretty dumb. Let's be honest. Yeah.
True, but also, like, seriously, it's just a bad call anyway. So, catch an Uber or a friend, or just get into any random stranger's car.
Sure. The
whatever.
one that says like free candy. Yeah, free candy and lube.
Yeah. Hey, well, at least there's lube. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we when I went to the store today, there was I can't remember the name of it. It was one of the taco trucks or carts. It's more of a cart than a truck, but it's one that's been over here for a while. And I know what one it is because you and Leah ate there.
Like LV or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they were over there. And I've been noticing when they show up over there, the Shave Ice cart is right there with them, which is brilliant because there's no competition really there. Get you some Mexican food, have a nice Shave Ice on a warm day. What a great time, right? Get some tacos and Shave Ice.
Are you talking
Sounds
Pavlov's
like a great time.
Oh.
No, just over
just in the parking lot. Okay.
Yeah. No, Pavlov's had somebody up there today, which is weird on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Usually they don't have anybody up there because it was like 4:30 when I was rolling by there, and I was like, man, if I didn't have other shit to do, I'd be all about like, hey, Tony,
just let me know anytime you want to go to Pavlov's, Brian. You know I feel about that.
Like, let's go have us a couple of pint skis outside, and
because check it out.
Yeah, and what I didn't even catch. I think it was Saucy Slamwich that was up there today, so. Which makes me sad because I keep wanting to try that one, and every time they're up there, it's just not the right day for me.
That's one of the food truck they had at my work, and it's pretty good. Their Cuban was pretty legit.
Yeah. Rub it in. You son of a bitch.
Good.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that because I assume so because they keep having them up there. But it was like their patio when we went by at about 4:30 was about 30% full. There's plenty of, and it was, and the thing is like, knowing the area, of course, even though it was still kind of warm at 4:30, it's like, within an hour or so, the real heat of the sun is going to start to dissipate. It's going to drop about 10 degrees, and all these assholes are going to, oh, I'm so cold, and it'll be perfect sitting on the patio
for guys like us. This
right,
thick Midwestern
like me, I'm
blood.
a furnace, so yeah.
By the way, the fly is either immortal or there was two of them. There's another one flying around. I know I squished the shit out of the first one, so I'm pretty annoyed.
Yeah, I hope it's immortal. That'd be way more fun. It'd be like one of those birthday candles you can't blow out.
Yeah, it would piss me off so hard.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Be so angering.
Kill it and it just comes back again and again and again. Each time it gets a little stronger and you can't kill it the same way like Doomsday.
Yeah, fuck that fly. It's annoying.
It takes down Superman.
It just probably
I don't know how.
Annoyance.
Yeah.
Superman gets so sick of it he just dives on a piece of kryptonite. I can't take it anymore. Wow, fucking fly.
Get on the floor. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the extent of my nonsense that I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah.
I got a couple things I pulled up here.
Let's fucking bring it on, Brian.
All right. So the first one is this, dude. We like a good gimmick product,
a gimmick
right?
Product.
Like, it sucks we can never really get our hands on them, but we love the idea of a good gimmick product. this one might be more gimmick product that we're not the biggest fan of. Oscar Mayer unveiled hot dog flavored ice pops called Cold Dogs. And they're complete with a signature squiggle of, quote, mustard.
I put in Cold Dogs. It's basically just veterinarian shit. There we go.
That's funny. I'm looking for it. Now, at pop bar locations, which I don't know what that is, but I heard that they also... Yeah, like, see if you can also find them in, like, apparently, probably not by now, but Long Beach, California, New York, Georgia, and New Orleans. You know, so of course, nowhere near us.
Well, but do we really want it near us? Let's be real.
All right, so if we walked by a place and we saw those, like, we're not gonna get one and try it at least, and Lady in the Tramp it.
Dude, all I can think about is hot dog beer.
I didn't want to bury it with that initially, but that was the first thing I thought, of course, too. Now, what I'm curious about is, like, they call the stuff mustard, but I'm curious what it is, if it's like a frozen, or not a frozen, but just like a mustard type sauce that they put on, but just the idea of a hot dog, like, just picture putting a hot dog on a fucking popsicle stick and sticking it in the freezer.
Like, when I was growing up, my one cousin used to eat hot dogs cold out of, like not, because I know they're cooked. But I'm like, who is this fucking animal I'm related to?
My brother used to do that, and I used to be like, what the fuck? And he was like, it's no different than bologna. And I was like, he's kind of got a point.
But it's a hot dog.
No, I know you're supposed to cook them or whatever,
no,
but
I understand what I understand the thought process behind it.
Now, in fairness, I hate bologna for the most part too. So, I'm not. Now, I would try, like, where was it? There was one of the things on, I don't remember what show it was on. I was watching in this place. They had like multiple types of bologna, like with all different flavorings. I was like, now see those bolognas, I would give a fair chance.
Really, really heavily considering buying a porn dick sized chunk of bologna, because I've seen people smoke them. And you score it and you smoke it and you rub, you know. Yeah, and it's like, it looks legit as fuck.
Yeah, if you do that, I'd totally be in for it. That's why I said when it's done that, but just like the old the old slab of Oscar Mayer, bologna at the store. Nah, I'm good, dude. I don't care if it, has a name and all that stuff. I
don't mind it, but I'm not going to eat it. Yeah. Like, I don't eat it cold. Although when I was a kid, olive loaf was my shit. Put some green olive slices in there. Oh. I was a happy boy. But I can take like a thick old slice and fry it up in a pan, and a little mustard, a little onion.
If I'm gonna eat it, that's how I need it to be, is fried. And usually I do a little mustard and pickles or something like that on it. But yeah, I gotta have it something like that. I can't. I don't care for it to begin with. I'm not a big hot dog person, but when I saw this, just the first image that came up, even, it just looks like,
it doesn't even look appetizing. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't like.
I do appreciate that. The brand Popsicle. Yeah. Like, on Twitter, they responded to this and put nightmares about this. Amen.
I do not enjoy this idea.
But now, like I said, the first thing I thought of really was the hot dog beer. Oh, yeah. I really did, because I was like,
as soon as you said a hot dog popsicle, and that's immediately my first thought.
Yeah, I just, as soon as we tried that, we were like, this is disgusting. I don't want this ever again. But it nailed what it said.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
no question. It tasted like hot dog, as a beer, which is not something you should ever want.
So I can only imagine this will taste like hot dog as a popsicle.
Oh, God.
I know, right?
Yeah. Hey, hot dog the movie. Hot dog the popsicle. Ugh. Anyway.
Fucking gross.
So, I know, right? So we'll move on. We'll bring up a good Ohio story.
Oh, we love Ohio here.
6-year-old regularly given Smirnoff Ice says it helps him sleep, Ohio sheriff says.
Wow.
The first time Ohio deputies saw a 6-year-old boy with an open Smirnoff Ice in his hand, they say a woman acting as his mom said she didn't realize he had just grabbed one of her drinks. When the same child was later found riding a scooter while holding another Smirnoff Ice.
Cool as fuck.
The woman was arrested, according to an incident from the Butler County Sheriff's Office. The boy told authorities the woman, a friend of his dad. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
yeah,
lady,
exactly.
Has been giving him Smirnoffs regularly, and that it helps him sleep at night, according to the report.
Of course it does. Fucking nightcap.
Yeah,
plus, right. Doing all those sick tricks when you're all Smirnoffed up.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, I remember, my dad telling me, when you were teething, your grandmother used to rub Jack Daniels on your gums.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, totally. I mean,
maybe he's still teething, Brian.
And listen, whenever somebody tells me their kid's teething, it's the first thing I say. I don't say rub it on their gums. I just say give them a couple shots.
This legitimately makes Smirnoff's bitch pops now, for sure. If a child can drink them, might as well get off my can, you piece of shit. I will kill you.
It's funny because, I mean, they're 5%ers. It's not like
they don't fuck around.
They're light. Yeah. And they're easy drinking because they're not heavily, much like that lemonade I just drank. They're not real heavily carbonated. So you can kind of, if it wasn't for the tartness of that lemonade, I could slam that can.
For sure. Yeah.
But I don't really want to with it. We should
get some of that mom water shit for our next Patreon.
Yeah, we should. I was looking at it again today, and I was thinking, and I'm like, I'm a little shy on money right now, so it's a great time. Also, the move is to find that in Ohio, so we don't have to pay the fucking deposit on it.
I've seen it somewhere.
Yeah.
Like at Joseph's or something. Anywho. But yeah, this kid, clearly this kid parties.
Yeah.
He's on the right track to have a really shitty life.
Yeah, right? Jeez. All right.
I mean, he's only 6. He probably honestly doesn't even know better.
No, probably not. He just probably, I mean, I'm sure it helps him sleep because it's alcohol.
Well, yeah,
probably
for sure.
He's not used to drinking.
He's like, I wake up with a headache, but that shit's crazy. I just have another Smirnoff and I'm all right.
Right? Yeah.
I just hop back on the scooter and go, baby.
Who doesn't, have a Smirnoff before school to take the edge off,
Right? Exactly. You got to have your lemonade in the morning.
Yeah.
Have your lemonade. Mama's got to go suck dad's dick.
I'm picturing at lunch, he pulls out his Uncrustables.
It's a friend.
Friend, right? At lunch, he pulls out his Uncrustables and, a Smirnoff.
Yeah, but he's just like on the edge of the lunch table, just bam, pops the cap off.
Is that a Smirnoff? Yeah.
Of course it is, bitch.
You gotta have something to wash the Uncrustables down with.
Exactly. What else am I supposed to dunk my animal crackers in?
Supposed to dick my animal crackers.
Yeah, I was supposed to dick these animal crackers. I gotta get in the mood.
Wow, that got lewd real fast. Yeah. Damn.
Look at this dumper on this elephant.
Oh, man. Ooh. Oh, my. All right. So the next thing is another local one. I don't know if you saw the video of this. Did you see this slide at a Detroit park?
Slide?
It's one of those.
Oh, yeah, the Belle Isle Park.
Big metals, the Belle Isle. Yeah, it's these big metal slides. You put yourself on a burlap sack, you scooch on it, and then you just slide down it, and it's wavy. So the point is, you're supposed to kind of bounce a little bit, but you're supposed to just slide on it. Well, apparently they have a little too much. I guess they've put some stuff on it that's supposed to create more drag now.